Okay, so I've been looking for fair value gaps in relation to an order block. I guess that's why price hasn't come back to my entries. You mentioned the other day for me to start looking at the most recent order block and not the swing OB. Yes. Okay, yeah. Because we had a similar, let me delete all this. I remember your chart in the free Telegram now, right? Because you missed the entry because you were looking for the swing order block and not the most recent order block. You can mark that swing order block up, but you always want to mark up the most recent order block, right? Like you don't want to be caught waiting for this order block to come and price never comes there. Okay. And another thing is we have imbalance right here. Now, I just taught my community this. Sometimes you want to watch for these imbalance boxes. All right. So count these candles. 1, 2, 3. The second and the third candle make up the imbalance. You want to take the candle above the second candle. This is going to be the second. This is the third. You're going to draw it from the bottom of the wick to the top of the wick here. You're pretty much looking to see if price is going to come back and reject this area for an entry. And look at that. Personally, it would have rejected here and it dropped about 71 points. I would have been good and done. I'm more of like an intraday scalper. So like once price hits about 50 points, I've probably taken most of my profits because why am I going to leave all that money on the table? With NOS 100, that could be you can make a really good amount a day if you only go for that 50 points. And look at that. It literally respected, I call this the bearish IB. So the bearish imbalance box. It respected the bearish imbalance box. This would have been my stop loss, right? 50 points above entry. All right. And I'm going to repeat this again. So the bearish imbalance box, I'll draw it out again. This is something I recently taught my community. So we have one educational webinar on it, but we're going to go through more. All right. So let's delete this. All right. So we see this is the imbalance here. Strong impulsive move to the downside, strong impulsive move to the downside. I see this is 1 and this is 2. I want to take the candle above 1 and draw the box from the bottom of that wick to the top of the third candle wick. Okay. I'm looking to see if price is going to respect this imbalance area for entry. Now, mind you, I would still mark up this order block just in case, but I know that sometimes price does like to only stop at these imbalanced areas and then continue to push. And then look at that. It kept pushing. All right. And then let's say you didn't use the imbalance. You could have used this as a breaker block area. So there's 2 reasons price pushed off this area. 1, it's a bearish imbalance box. 2, it's a breaker block. All right. It was a bullish order block. As soon as it broke the bullish order block and disrespected it, it became a breaker block. Look at that. It rejected twice off of that area and then continued to push. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for me? Put some 3s in the chat. Does this make sense to everybody? And this is a good time to ask your questions. Somebody said, can't wait to add this to my fundamentals. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No problem. And then we can see, let's see. This one this one too. This is the imbalance, right? And look at that. Somebody said, so after the third bearish candle, do you close the trade or wait for it to fall back down? What do you mean after the third bearish candle, do I close the trade? Oh, you mean like after, like if it does 1, 2, 3? No, it really just depends on my overall target. And it also depends on my goal for the day. Like my most important thing is securing, like for me on a funded account, at least 0.5 to 0.6% of the account a day. So if I see that price is pushing down and it's hit around 50 points, I'm going to pretty much be taking partials to add up to that goal for the day. Then I'll leave, anything extra running if that's the case for the day. But the most important thing is ending the day in profit and ending the day following your plan. And you never just want to leave money on the table. All right, that's my main thing. That's really what I teach my students. Stop leaving so much money on the table. Okay. All right. So any other questions for me? Okay, I think my son wants to say hi to everybody. Say hi. Look, say hi. You gonna say hi? No? Okay. Yeah, trading. He always wants to sit on my lap, y'all. Anytime I'm back testing, marking up the charts, he want to sit. Okay. Oh, lot size. Do you know which one to use? Lot sizes depends on your own personal account. And what do you mean when you say that sellers or buyers are getting stopped out? So you're talking about sell stop liquidity. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Like buy and sell stop liquidity. So here's a good example of that. Okay, yeah, I got you. So look at this area right here. See how sellers are being stopped multiple times in this area? That lets me know that liquidity resides below because sellers are being stopped at this area multiple times. It's not about where it wicks, it's about where it closes. It's struggling to close below this area here. Sorry, y'all. It's struggling to close below this area here. That gives me more confluence that price may want to push down. Now, you always want to watch the order block below sell stops just because price may want to take the liquidity, push off that order block in reverse, okay? Now, that's not always the case, but it does happen, right? And then I'd pretty much look at this next most recent order block here, see if price reacts off of that, and then look at that, boom. Now pause there. Price continued to fail to swing higher. It rejected off the order block. It just closed below sell stops, meaning liquidity was taken. All right. So let's keep going. Look at that. Once it took liquidity, look what it just did. It rejected off the order block right below sell stops. You always have to watch out for that. All right. Now it doesn't always do this in reverse and go back to that order block, but in some cases it does, right? All right. And then look at that. Then it rejected. And then it continued, right? And on a higher time frame scale, obviously you could see it a little better. But let's find some buy stop liquidity example of when price had buy stops and then it took those buy stops. Okay. Here we go right here. Look at this right here. Buyers are being stopped multiple times in this area. It's never just a price point, it's an area. You see buyers are being stopped multiple times in this area. All right. I also see that price is failing to swing lower. All right. It's making lower highs, higher lows, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Okay. So boom. And then I want to, so you can draw it like this, or you could draw it like this. It's really up to you. Or you go to the 30-minute and see, okay, does it look better on any other time frame? And it really doesn't. So you can keep it like this. All right. And then keep it pushing. It almost rejected off of the order block. Obviously, if you would have had this one from body to wick, which I probably would have done for this one, you would have gotten an entry. And look at that. It actually came back down to it. Boom, look at that. So it took the it took the buy stops, right? Took the buy stops, filled the imbalance that it made. And then now it looks like it's ready to continue to push. Regardless if you would have gotten an entry off of this area. Oops, wrong way. Long position. Let's say you would have waited and you only wanted to get an entry if it came back to that order block right here, which patience has to be tested in these order blocks. Look at that. I would have went for this up here. All right. You would have been back and forth in and out of profit, but you would have been okay. If you were only going for the 50 points, you would have been out of this fairly quickly. As you can see, you already would have been done for the day, 50 points and out. All right. You would have been done for the day. But let's keep it going. So let's say, you know, this was our TP1. So TP1 was hit. Let's say this wick up here is TP2. I see price likes this area. All right. Let's say this is going to be TP3. I'm going to make this wick here TP4. And I'm making this TP4 because price could potentially react off this bearish imbalance box here. And then I'm going to make this TP5. I see prices wicked here before. And then let's just make this order block TP. Okay. All right. It's a little messy, but it's okay. All right. So take profit 1 was already hit. Let me make sure that's 20 points. 20 points exactly. So my first entry, if I'm doing the safe house method, my first entry is already out. All right. I have one more entry running. All right. Looks like price is ranging around TP2 and now it's going for TP3. Great. Now my stop loss is at break even. Okay. Stop loss at break even. I took partials off of my second entry. So now I've secured TP1 at 20 points and now I've secured partial profits and my trade is risk-free for my second entry. All right. Price almost came back and look at that. It hit break even. This is why I do what I do, right? I took about, let's see, I took partial profits when price reached 59 points. All right. And then I took profits at 20 points. Okay. So that's why I like to play it safe, because as much as you want price to jump all the way up here, which is, you know, over 200 points, it's not always going to do that. That's why I stress take what the market gives you. So that way you wouldn't have been hundreds of dollars in profit and then back into the negatives, right? All right, because this must have been a news day. Oh, okay. I see. Opening bell is about to hit. Let's do this real quick. So this is 8:30. All right, that's 9. All right, so let's see. We have sellers being stopped multiple times in this area. All right, I do see that price is failing to swing higher. And I also see that buyers have now been stopped multiple times in this area. All right, I also see that there is imbalance to fill above. Okay, so based on all of these confluences, I'm going to be looking to sell or to buy because there's so much imbalance to fill. Okay. So this is pretty much what I'd be looking for. And look at that. All right. So it pushed all the way up. Clearly it came back down, but we would have made our profits with the push up. And then there it went. Boom. But we would have already been out. So let me redo that so you guys can see how it bounced off and pushed up and then closed below. Look at that. See? Boom. Okay, understand. No problem. Did you learn ICT? Yeah, so a mix of ICT and some other smart money concept traders. But a mix of some smart money traders. Learning early. Okay, understand. Does this work for bullish imbalance as well? Yes, it does. So let's find one. Actually, let's see. Nope, that's not it. Are you going to post this Zoom call on YouTube? I definitely will. I can post this Zoom call on YouTube. All right, somebody said, does this work with bullish imbalance? And look at that. It actually does. All right, this is the imbalance here. First candle, the third candle after it. And look at that. Bounced right off of it. All right. So it definitely works with both. My favorites are pretty much when price is failing to swing. It's just so much easier to trade with the market when you have a clear idea of price failing to swing. Okay. All right, any other questions for me? Trying to see what other examples I want to show you guys. But yeah, any questions is a good time for questions. I'll actually go ahead and show you guys the community as well. So this is the Have Mercy Trades VIP community. The free Telegram is just like it sounds. It's the free Telegram. All right, so we have our timeline. It's pretty much, you know, I post everything here. Like if we have fundamentals, I post the Zoom link just in case people miss it, but all the Zoom links can always be found under the events tab. So this is like the schedule for the next upcoming week. Now, the first week of September, you'll see more because we're going to do live sessions daily. But right now, we only do live sessions Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. We also have a bunch of recorded content. So we have like little Forex basics, but the educational webinars is what a lot of you guys have been asking about. So here are all the educational webinars, right? So we have a bunch of them. We have weekly overviews and we have live trading sessions. So if you want to go back and watch one of the live trading sessions, you can. We also have PDF files for every single educational call that we have done, right? So let's say you want to download the PDF file for order block breakdown after you watch the call. You can go click the PDF file and you'll get the full order block breakdown PDF that I use to teach the call. Okay, and as you can see, I went over step by step how to set the take profit points for bullish OB entries, right? So we've got a lot of good stuff in there. Let's see what else. And our weekly overviews, right? So weekly overviews, we do calls for these, but we also do, I have PDFs for them. So let's say you want to review all of the trades we took in the community in the PDF, you can view them right now. You can view them here. Okay. This was a pretty good week. Okay, here's a stop loss hit. See, it happens, guys, okay? But yeah. All right, let's see. What did somebody say? Somebody said, definitely failing to swing was a game changer for me. Instead of focusing on support and resistance, supply and demand. Like I said, I've been trading since 2015 without any consistency due to those methods. Failing to swing sets me up straight right away for directional bias. How do you look at the daily and the 4 hour to determine direction? Okay, good question. Let me finish this and then I'll go over that. We also have an indices section. So pretty much not only I post in this area, other members post their charts in these areas as well. So yeah, so you can post any indice chart in this area.
Then you don't know how to
talk to people.
Next choice.
All right. We also have currencies. I only trade NAS 100. I saw somebody ask that in the chat. I only trade NAS 100. But if you trade currencies, there are other people that trade currencies as well. And sometimes I'll mark it up because people ask me to mark up their charts or mark up a certain pair for them. So I do. And then see some people trade EU. I've been looking at AJ. One time I said, I think it's about to drop. Clearly it did drop. So yeah, if you trade currencies, you're not alone. There are other traders that trade this in the community. We also have a gold and cryptos area. Like I said, if people ask me, I will mark up the chart for these, but I don't call signals for anything but NAS as of right now. I may add AJ to the list, but for right now, I like to stick to one. But yeah, you can see people trade pretty much all. I think this is gold as well. Yep, this was a gold chart as well. So yeah, and then we have book discussions. So we like to read trading psychology books together. Lately we just been reading Trading in the Zone. Some people posted a different book. So these are all like trading psychology books. And then for all my believers, right, this is an optional area in the chat. If you want to join the Faith Talk chat, you can. So I pretty much post like my Bible verses. Sometimes people ask for prayer for certain things in this chat. But again, when you join the community, it won't automatically put you here. You have to click like add me to that when you join. just so you guys know, like, you're not being forced into this area, okay? That's just for me and my beliefs, and it's important for other believers of Christ to stay together. So I was like, let me create a special area for that. But I know everybody doesn't have the same beliefs, so you're not forced into that area, okay? And then the signals. Now you guys won't have to deal with this unless you're already in the community. Like, if I call signals on a day we don't have a live session, this is where they go. Now, if I'm on a live session and I'm calling signals, let me see, I'll show you how it would look. One moment. Let's see, where is it at? All right, give me one moment. I'm gonna find it. Okay, so I pretty much said, like, now what we're watching, we would get cells below this OB if it rejects, right? So I pretty much tell them what we're watching, if they're not on the call. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, okay. I'm like, I don't see it, but I think it's all out of order. But yeah, so you can see, like, I put everything here. And then after the call, if take profits are hit, then I will post it here. And we ended the week pretty strong, as you can see. Like, we ended the week pretty strong. All right. It should be right here. Yep, selling NAS 100. Right? That's how the signal pretty much looks. And then once TP1 was hit, TP1 tapped again, then TP2. Make sure, and I tell you, like, make sure you've secured profit and move stop loss to break even. TP3 hit, right? And then we also have a results section for people that post their results. And I do pay attention to who is active in the chat, because I give away a free challenge every month to one of my members in the trading community, and I also do one free one-on-one session for somebody. I randomly pick these people, but I pick it based off of activity. Like, are you active in the chats? Like, are you engaging on the calls? Do you post your results? You know, like, so good or bad results, I don't care. Like, I just like to see the engagement. So yeah, this is where the results are. You can see somebody just is on to phase 2. Like, you could just see a bunch of different results, okay? And we just, people are getting their funded challenges. I know there's one in here. But yeah, there's all different types of things going on. And then the announcement section is pretty much anything major. If anything major is going on, I'll post it in the announcement section. So yeah. So, yep, I'm closing enrollment. So for this is the qualifications for the free 10K challenge each month. All right, so you have to be active on the calls. If you can't be active on the calls, be active in the chats. All right, engage in the community, post your chart markups throughout the week. And then you must have been in the community for at least 3 months, right? And then there's also a discount code for those in my trading community for the ebook. And yeah, all right. Next thing, real quick, somebody asked me, how do I find my bias? Is there a big difference between? No, they're all the same. It just depends on the broker. Like, when I use my regular live account, it just says NAS 100, but when I use the funded account I'm using, it says NDX 100. So kind of just depends. All right. And I'm gonna put you guys on a quick game right now. Y'all gotta use FX Replay for back testing. All right. FX Replay is the game changer. Somebody asked me about how do I find my overall bias on the daily or the 4-hour, right? So first things first, you start on the daily. You want to see what has price been doing. And now you don't need to look at all of this. Like, looking at all of that is way too much. Narrow down, look for at the past few days, what has price been doing? It's been failing to swing higher or failing to swing lower, and there's buy stops. All right. Now go to the 4-hour. What do you see? Looks like price is trying to go for those buy stops, right? But it has created imbalance here. All right. Going to the 4-hour. Let me make sure this is, what time is this? 12. So I wouldn't be trading at this time, but it's all good. All right. Now going to the 4-hour. I may just want to mark up this 4-hour order block below just in case price wants to come back here. Right? But scaling to the 30-minute, I see that this is the most recent order block. Or you could draw it like this, up to you. All right. Something cool about this, it literally moves in live time. If you put it at the slowest, look at that. It literally moves in live time. Like, how cool is that? Let's say you wanted to enter this, you would just do a long position here. And let's say this is where you want to put your stop loss. And this is where you want to put your take profit. Go to place order, and based on like your lot size, it'll tell you how much you would make and how much you would lose. All right. Or you can say, I want to risk 0.5% of the account, and then boom. And then you can speed it up and look at that. And it like literally shows you like, okay, you're in profit. Like, it's a really cool way to back test your strategy. All right. But you guys can see, like, I pretty much was like, okay, well, price is overall pushing up, right? It's failing to swing lower. So I'm going to get a buy entry. Let's say I only wanted to go for the 50 points. It would actually be 50, 50. That would be more. All right. Boom. Let's say, look at that. And boom, it took me out. So this is a super cool way to back test. If y'all need a back testing software, FX Replay is way better than TradingView. I had to get off there real quick because look at this. When I go to the 4-hour, it doesn't tell me where price went, right? But when you go to the 4-hour here, like, let's say this is where, let's say I didn't know it was about to drop or whatever, go to the 4-hour, it'll probably tell you. Like, it's so weird. I do not like that. Yes, it is, and it makes learning really fast. FX Replay is the best. Yes. Yeah, I showed my community this, I think a week or two ago. But yeah, you guys can see I pretty much stuck with the buys because on a higher time frame, price was failing to swing lower and there were buy stops above. All right. So yeah, and then another cool thing about FX Replay, it'll pretty much tell you, like, since you've been back testing. So I have my safe house method. So I have 61 wins and 25 losses. In my 1-to-1 method, I have 56 wins and 19 losses, 74 and 70% win rate so far since I've been back testing, right? And then sometimes it goes up and down if I'm messing around trying to figure out new kinks and stuff to make things easier. But it's pretty cool. So I can go here, I can go to continue, or actually, it's not where I wanted to go. Go here. And it'll show you on this actual account. Let's wait for it to load. It's a 79% win rate on this actual account. Right, I'm up 24% on the account. And then it'll show you like the good days, the bad days, the wins, all that good stuff, right? So it's pretty cool back testing software, right? 64 trades total. I've won 51 of them, lost 13 of them on this account. All right. And then like you can go into Monday. How do you do on Tuesdays? How do you do on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, right? So super cool. But does anybody else have any questions for me? Thank you for putting us onto that. Yeah, no problem at all. Oh, and then this is the chat right here. I'll show you guys the chat. But yeah, other than that, do you guys have any questions for me? Anything at all? No, put some 3s in the chat. Everything made sense. Don't want to hold you guys up too long. All right, cool. Cool. Well, I think we're pretty much done. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this live. I will definitely upload this on YouTube. Where can you get that app? So this, once you join the, FX Replay, type it in, www. Actually, just type in FX Replay on Google, and it'll give you like a 7-day free trial. Can someone trade and have a full-time job? When I first started trading, I had a full-time job, so you definitely can. And look, yeah, Exactly. She has a full-time job, has 2 kids, and she's in my trading community, and I always see her on the calls. So you definitely can. But yeah, you could go to FX Replay and you just type it in www.fxreplay.com and it'll come up. All right. Super, super cool. It's $35 a month, but like I said, oh, it's a 5-day free trial. So you could do a 5-day free trial, but the $35 is definitely worth it. All right. But yeah, don't be afraid to trade and have a job. We've all been there. All right. You know, I wasn't trading full time my whole trading career, right? You'll get there. Okay. If I can get there, y'all can get there. Okay. I had 2 jobs and was trading. I used to be what's it called, doing security, and I would be in there like studying trading and opening the gate for people to come in the warehouse, right? You just got to make it work wherever you're at. You got to make it work. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night. If you guys have any other questions, concerns, or anything like that, y'all know where to reach me. My free Telegram, my Instagram, and then if you're in my trading community, y'all already know the deal. All right, so you guys have a great rest of your night, and it was great talking to you.